Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yashah. To the brothers, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Alatab, Shem Yashah. To the sisters. This is ISCPK Delaware, Lashawan Qadash class. I'm going to go over, the ancient Hebrew. I'm going to start off with the alphabet. All right. You want to write it? So we're going to start off with the alphabet. All right, hold y'all. Yeah, we need the whole alphabet. Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Za. Okay. It's a mean glare. This one right there. Let's see what this looks like real quick. Might be a little better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's try. Are you doing the ancient as well? I'm at the Syrian. Yeah. I'm trying to cover. very important that we get back to our original, our original tongue. You know what I mean? Tongues ain't what we learn in church. Tongues is not elabosha or none of that crazy stuff that we learned and picked up in the Christian church. You know what I mean? And even in the scriptures, let me pull that scripture real quick. Even in the scriptures, it tells us that you need to have an interpreter in order, because it don't edify the people. You know what I mean? Like, it don't edify the congregation for people to be talking in tongues and nobody knows what's being said. Elabosha, Elashosha, Honda, all that stuff is not. That's not biblical. That's not a tongue. That's just some demonic nonsense that we done picked up from our oppressor, and to make you think that somebody in the church is holy or they being taken by the spirit. Let me see. So this is First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 4. But basically, like, a tongue is all a tongue is a language. You know what I'm saying? And this is our original. This is at the top. You see the Paleo. This is the Paleo Hebrew. This is the English version, and this is our alphabet. This is Paleo, A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Sa, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Pa, Kaza, Kwa, Ra, Shata, Sha, and Tha. This is all, like, at the top, like what's written in the middle. That's our ancient. That's how we were writing in the ancient Hebrew. And once we got into the Babylonian captivity, they changed the language, or they changed it to the Assyrian. Um, they changed it to the Assyrian. This is how you would write it in Assyrian, which is most Hebrew that we might see today, like in Brooklyn, or most of the Hebrew that a lot of that, like I said, that we see today. But being in here, we're gonna learn. I thank the Lord for Commander General Yohana for being able to keep these teachings and being able to show the nation what our ancient tongue is. Can I get that scripture though? Just as something in the New Testament to prove like how much of a lie is that the Christians are.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 4. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edify himself, but he that prophesies edify the church.
Right. So, like, he that speaking in an unknown tongue edify himself. Like, there's no edification because people don't understand what you're saying in the unknown tongue. Like, that's what they that's that nonsense that they be speaking in church. It don't edify nobody. So, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. Like when you hear General Hyman or these captains and officers teaching here in the ISCPK, we get edified. We get knowledge. We know and understand these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So, read verse 5.
verse 5. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 5. I would that ye all spake with tongues.
So stop real quick. Paul is saying he would that we all spoke with tongues. Like this is tongues. That we all was able to speak with tongues. That we all is able to, speak in our native tongue. This is why this Hebrew class is very important, so we can know and learn and understand what these scriptures mean. Like, because a lot of things, it's some things that was lost in translation in the English. But if we learn our native tongue, we learn the Hebrew of these words, we'll be able to understand these scriptures and what the Lord actually meant.
But rather that ye prophesied. For greater is he that prophesied than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret.
Right. So next time, so next time any of y'all might be in church, just ask your pastor, like, what is he saying? Like, as soon as you hear him, start shouting that nonsense, just ask him, because he's supposed to be able to interpret. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be able to interpret the tongues that he's speaking. But Paul is saying here, he said, I would that ye all speak with tongues, but rather that ye prophesy. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret. Like, so say if you was to prophesy to a brother or a sister in tongues, which means in our Lashawan Qadash, you know what I'm saying? Like, then, like, he's saying, like, greater is the brother that just prophesied to where you can understand it versus somebody who just speaking in an unknown tongue to where you can't. Like, what good is it if I'm in class with a bunch of people who speak Spanish and doesn't understand English, and I'm talking to them in English? So he's saying, greater is he that prophesies unless he interprets the tongues that he's speaking. So yes, I can speak in English, but I better know how to speak it in Spanish, so that way, you know what I'm saying, the brothers and sisters can learn and understand what I'm saying. That's what Paul is saying here in the Corinthians. So like I was saying, like the brothers and sisters that's, in church, and that's just, we was taught to try to speak that, because you get to a certain level in the spirit. That's when that's what they say, like the Lord is starting to talk to you, which is absolute nonsense. So let me get back to this. I don't want to harp too long on the fallacies and the nonsense that the church is teaching. So once again, this is on the way. This is yeah, that's better. The water. We have ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. So with this, like, so basically, like, our alphabet is very simple once you get to learn it. You know what I'm saying? And in Hebrew, we write from right to left. That's why the alphabet is written like this. Like in English, of course, our oppressor tell us to do everything opposite of what the Lord and what the Most High gave us. And so, of course, we learn to read like this. But when we're writing in Hebrew, we write from right to left. We write from right to left. So when you're reading, like in the text, or like if you ever read the Tanakh, or we have the we have the Bible written in Hebrew, in the Paleo Hebrew, which is this up here. You will always read from right to left. So we'll read from right to left. So like, would you mind writing Yahweh, and and just we could just focus on writing it in the Paleo right now. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh is how we say the Most High's name. That is the Most High's name. Is very sacred. You know. And then I'm gonna give us Christ's name. Then like I'm from the tribe of Judah, so I'll give out like what it'll be in Hebrew, which was Yahweh. But we're gonna go over that next week, like the orders of the tribes, and um, the orders of the tribes and everything like that. Each tribe in the order, and then we're gonna list like which like who is who, pretty much. Like the Native Americans would be considered Gad. Um, the Native Americans would be considered Gad. Negroes would be considered Yahweh or Judah, the tribe of Judah. So we're just gonna go over those next week. Shalom, sis. I appreciate you for tapping in. So how would you write that? Mm-hmm. Don't forget your connectors too. If you need help, I got you. Bet. So this is how we would write out the Lord's name, which is Yahweh, Yah, Ha, Wa. But these, if you notice, this is how we would pronounce the word. He wrote it down for you, and he separated it in the way that it's spelled. So this would be Yah, Ha, Wa. So these two are connected. These stand alone. So when you see these upside down, um, it's not a connector, but this lets you know that the letter is pronounced by itself. So Yah would just be Yah. Ha would just be Ha. But notice how Wa is WAH. So it's connected right here. Yah, Ha, Wa. Um, so that's how we would write out the Most High's name in Hebrew. Would you mind? Matter of fact, I got it. You got the marker, or you the water? So here we have Christ's name in the Hebrew, which is Yahawashai. So if you notice, I have Yah, Ha, Wa, Shai. So these are connected. So when you see these underneath of the letters, this is how you know how to pronounce a word. You will pronounce it Yahweh Shai, like, and you know to connect Yahweh, like the Shai. Instead of saying Shai, it's Shai. So like it's very it was very easy for me to learn once you know study it or whatever. Like a lot easier than the English language. Not too many silent letters and stuff like that. Like we don't have words like that. Like everything is kind of pronounced. You know, it's a lot easier to learn. Um, Once again, we have Yahweh Shai, and this is written in the Paleo Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. This is called the Lashawan Qadash. You mind writing that out? No, we can just put it at the top. Yeah. Shawan. And then Qadash is another word. Yeah, you go erase it. Maybe you got enough space underneath, or Q D D S H. So this is what we call the Lashawan Qadash. This is ancient Paleo Hebrew. So like when we say the salute, we say the salute, how we salute each other in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. We speak in the Lashawan Qadash. So, but like I said, come back next week. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you come back next week, we'll learn the tribes. We're gonna have the tribes written out in order and teach how they came about. They came from, teach where they came from and everything like that. Uh, so yeah, this is the beginning. We went over the alphabet today. We went over. We learned how to say the Most High's name, which is Yahweh, and we learned how to say Jesus Christ's name, which is Yahweh Shai, and write it out in the ancient. Um, we'll give a couple minutes. Maybe I could take a screenshot or something, or take a picture, or so you can practice at home on how to write these letters out, these words, and then we'll catch you next week. The water for tuning in, and see you tomorrow for Sabbath. Yahweh Hashem Yashar Barakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'ashem Yahushai to the sisters. And with that being said, we got the security announcements. Let's see. Yeah. This is the ISCPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother or sister comes into the school, They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shut themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in Hebrew. It's 10% of every penny of any increase that the Lord gives you. We got the priest fund. It's a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Up and coming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Purim. Purim is, what is that? Let's see. Got it in my folder. Yeah, so Purim is Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, February 23rd. We'll be having it down at our Smyrna location, which is 202 North DuPont Boulevard, or wherever city that you in. Contact your camp leader to find out the address to where we having a Feast of Purim at. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black pants, boots, and scarf. With that being said, I'm in Israel. Major. I saluted out already, but do it again formally. I'm in Israel. We're going to give a courteous salute. Major Shabbat. Major. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua Brakatah. Yashmatah. Sar. We're going to turn and face the sisters. Sisters of Major. Brothers. Major Shabbat. Major. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yashmatah. Class dismissed.